So I have a question. If you have a bourbon a day, does that keep the doctor away?
It does. You know what? I just today prescribed bourbon hot toddy to somebody
There you go.
that's had the flu for 4 days. Said, hey, that's what Hot Rod does when he's sick.
Absolutely.
He just has a shot of bourbon.
All natural.
Hello, and welcome to Revue de Bourbon, a podcast dealing with all things bourbon. I'm your co-host, Dusty, and along with my co-host, Wayne, we're just a couple of guys who love to talk about bourbon. So, whether you're at home, stuck at work, or just in your car, sit back, relax, kick your feet up, pour yourself a drink. Enjoy the show. All right, everybody, welcome back to Revue de Bourbon. Oh, yeah, we're coming at you live once again from downtown Louisville on the Urban Bourbon Trail at Doc Crow's. This is going to be a great episode. Once again, I'm Dusty Pockets, as always, and today we have Hot Rod filling in for Wayne.
Hot Rod here.
Yeah. And we have a special guest on the show today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Keri Smith, and my official title is head bartender, but I do a lot more than just bartend here.
Right. Which ends up being the case for people in your position.
Right.
It's a hard-working business. That's why it's nice to talk to people like you, because you have your finger on the pulse of what's happening, and we are literally right downtown on Main Street next to, on Whiskey Row, next to what's going to be the new Old Forester place, right?
Yes, it's super exciting.
Couple doors down.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to have them as neighbors. Like, come on in.
Oh, yeah.
Bring even more people in, and it's nice to see that a lot of distilleries are making their way downtown.
I know.
So, but
It's
definitely
like exactly what was going on a long time ago, bringing the old back.
Right.
It's like vinyl records.
Yeah, exactly.
Turns out it was a really good idea to have a bunch of distilleries downtown.
Right. Yeah, it'll be nice to see the tourist influx when that happens. I'm sure you guys will just be slammed all the time.
I'll take it.
You guys are on the Urban Bourbon Trail. Can you remind everybody exactly what that means?
Okay, so I'm not sure who exactly came up with this idea, but it's brilliant. Mm-hmm. And you can call it a pub crawl, if you will. But It's a way to get people to get out and try new things, try bourbon if you're here. The book itself, a little passport, there's an app as well, but the book is a lot more fun because every place has their own special stamp. And you collect 6 stamps. You can mail it in from home, or you can stop at the visitor center, I believe, and turn it in, and with all your 6 stamps, and you get an awesome T-shirt, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, only 6 stamps.
Only
wow.
6, and there's more than 6 on the...
I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a nice little evening, I feel like.
I've seen a lot of people that just come in, they're like, I need my stamp, and I need to get to the next place now. So.
Yeah, you should be required to have a drink.
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you required to have a drink?
I make sure that they have a drink.
Good. Yeah. Okay,
here's
good.
our cocktail menu.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and even then, a lot of people come in and have dinner and maybe a cocktail at a table. And I can't tell you how many people step up to the bar like, oh, I forgot to get my stamp. And I'm like, well, what did you have to eat and what did you drink? Just to confirm that
there you
stickler.
Go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I like it.
You'll upsell.
Yeah.
You guys have over 200 bourbons and whiskeys, is that correct?
Yes, it's out of control.
Yeah, just insane.
It's awesome.
I mean, it's amazing that there's that many. Didn't used to be that many.
And there's more and more. I keep trying to figure out what's new, what's coming out, and if I can get my hands on it, get it behind the bar. And
so do you get asked for things that are way off the wall, like new, like boutique distillery type of deals?
Every once in a while, the big one is always the Pappies. You have all the Pappies, and we definitely have them around. Mm-hmm. We try our hardest to have them available for everybody, but there's some new ones out. There's a barrel bourbon that just came out, and we have that. We do have one of those coveted bottles of the Johnny Fitzgerald as well.
Really?
Yes, we do.
Do you see, because you're in kind of a tourist area with the Yum Center and this being Whiskey Road, are you seeing any trends from people out of town? Do you have people ask for a certain thing? They're like, we're in Kentucky, we have to have Pappy, or we have to have this.
Yes. It all depends. A lot of people, I just had a group this weekend that come through from New Jersey, and they're like, do you really have Pinhook? It's like, yeah, I do. and I haven't really had anyone ask for that.
Right.
I've had the bottles here for a while, and we sell it. They were so excited that I had Pinhook, and apparently it's just hard to get out on the East Coast. So they had some of that. They were trying the Jefferson Reserve Groth Cask.
Ooh.
The William.
I just tried that, by the way. That's really good.
Yeah, it is. I had them try the Woodford Reserve, the Sonoma Cutrer.
Okay.
The Pinot Noir one that was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you kind of have like a bourbon library. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to look at it that way. People can come here and find things that aren't somewhere else. I mean, you have to have one of the best selections in the city, which means you have one of the best selections in the world.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, really, when you look at it, I mean, Louisville is the bourbon central, and this is definitely one of the leading restaurants. You do a lot of cocktails with bourbon. I was looking at your guys' cocktail menu. You're doing a special cocktail menu for the 5th anniversary. You want to tell us about that?
Sure. What we did, well, what we're doing today actually is we're having $5 cocktails from past menus, cocktail menus. And there are more popular ones that we sold a lot of. So it was kind of fun to bring those back, revive those a little bit. But yeah, some of them that we brought back, of course, was our Perfect Old Fashioned. That's a good one. It's a standard. It's one of our top-selling cocktails. But another one was our Bourbini.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
A little bit light, a little bit refreshing. If you were familiar with the old brown Urban Bourbon Trails books, that was actually listed as our featured cocktail for the longest time.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of good to bring that back. We have a lot of people that come in and ask for the Bourbini, even though it's not on our current list. We could still make that.
So you had to put it back on there.
Yes, yes.
Good.
Yeah, I will say I hear a lot of people talk about this place as having some of the best cocktails in town.
Thank you. We have a really good bar staff. I'm very proud of all the bartenders that we've had here and have here to be able to deal with high-volume crowds, to whip up as many cocktails as possible and not take 20 minutes to do so.
That's right. Yeah, this place, you know, this is a podcast, so you can't see it, but it's huge. How many people does it seat?
Surprisingly, I think it's around 200, but I know we cram more in here
Oh, yeah.
on a game day or
the
event
bar
day.
is large, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Set up really well.
Don't let it fool you. We are a full city block from north to south. So it does extend pretty far.
Well, that's a fun fact.
I also have noticed in bars around the area on the Bourbon Trail that maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when the craft cocktail movement kind of hit, it was very slow. And I have noticed that it's gotten a lot faster for when, high volume restaurants and high volume bars, if they're doing a craft cocktail menu, it's gotten a lot quicker. I mean, it's gotten almost down to a science where they're pumping them out, and you're not waiting, 10 minutes for them to muddle.
I think Portlandia changed that. They made fun of that. It's like, wow, we can't be like that.
Right, yeah.
No one wants to wait. I mean, if they're going to keep waiting, they're going to get a beer. And,
I know.
well, there's a
Right.
bourbon cocktail for everybody.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like a well-organized kitchen these days. You got to do a lot of prep, get everything in place,
Correct.
just like a kitchen does.
Yeah.
A lot of prep time, I'm sure.
We fresh juice everything, and we
Okay.
house make a lot of syrups right now.
Okay.
Again, with the trends, it's gone away from the boxed juices and the boxed gun
Oh,
or the
yeah.
gun.
Oh, for sure.
And it's
Everything's gotta be
almost,
fresh.
It almost has to be fresh now, or even the farm to table thing is huge here in Kentucky as well. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Have you guys seen what's like trending now for you in terms of bourbon? Is there like in terms of cocktails or in terms of a type? Is anything like really hitting?
You can never get away from the standards. The
Yeah.
old fashions, the Manhattans are real popular calls right now.
Let me
Right
ask
now,
you this. What about Jack Daniels?
Jack and Cokes. Jack and Cokes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, I guess.
The Farmers Convention will be coming through soon, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you'll be selling a few Jack and Cokes.
And Crown Royal. I feel like
Crown?
that's like
Really?
their thing
that's
is
the
Crown
go-to.
Royal. Oh yeah, the bourbons. I made sure to stock up on that. A lot of the call is like, "What can I get that's local?" And I'm like, "Well, about 90% of what we have is local.
Yeah,
It
it's a
doesn't matter
really
how local
weird
do you want.
question.
Do you want it down the street or you want it an hour away? we
Right.
we can do that."
So yeah, we're gonna try a few of these cocktails here in a little bit. I think we're gonna stick with the Heaven Hill. You have a couple made with Heaven Hill on there. Heaven Hill has a whole bunch of brands. They do Evan Williams,
Rittenhouse,
I think.
Love Rittenhouse rye.
Fantastic.
You have your Elijah Craig, all the Elijah Craigs.
Elijah Craig. Yeah, you also have a cocktail with Rittenhouse on there that
Yes.
I noticed.
Yes.
Which looks great, too. That's kind of a bartender's favorite, from what I understand, the Rittenhouse.
I mean, it's 100 proof. It's bottled bond.
Right.
And you can still taste it even in a cocktail. But I think it makes really good. Going back to Manhattans, if anyone went to Manhattan, if I asked them if they want a bourbon or a rye, and they say rye, and I'm like, there's the expensive ones out there, but you don't have to go totally expensive on a rye to make it taste good. Trust me.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Rittenhouse seems to be the standard that is a great value, great taste, and excellent for cocktails, especially. It really cuts through, like you said, for Manhattan. So yeah, we're gonna maybe do the Heaven Hill products. Their Evan Williams Visitor Center is also on Main Street down the way, and they actually make a barrel a day, I believe there.
They do 1 barrel.
Yeah.
I believe. You can actually see
So it's kinda cool.
being made there.
We're also close to the new Angel's Envy distillery going up. I think they're going to be doing pretty decent volume out of there, like 60 barrels a day or something.
I think so. I've been watching.
Maybe even more.
I drive by a lot, obviously, on the way to work, and I noticed they have like the corn tanks out there getting put up. So they're going to be doing a good amount over there, I hope.
Dumping a ton of money into that.
On a side note, the Evan Williams has the red label. It's the only place in the United States that you can get it.
Yeah, he brought back a bottle from Japan.
I recently went to Japan and bought a bunch of import-only bottles and did some research and found that you could find it here at Evan Williams. It's the only place that you can find it, and I think it's close to like $120 a bottle. That's what they're selling for. It's 100
and you paid.
It's 102 proof, I think, or 100 proof. But I think I paid like $20 for it in Japan.
Nice.
Yeah.
My question is, did you open it?
Oh yeah.
Good,
we
good.
opened it and
Yeah.
drank it. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's delicious.
We have this idea: if we go there and buy enough bottles, we can get back for free, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
That's our business plan at this point. Yeah. So just take a bunch of empty suitcases, no clothes.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know
brilliant.
how
It's
that's
actually really brilliant.
Yeah, there might be some customs issues.
It could be. Yeah.
True,
we
true.
might not make it back.
We
You
got to
never
work
know.
out the details
Yeah.
on that one.
I hear Japanese prison isn't really that fun.
I would
No.
definitely not want to find out.
No.
You might get a caning. At the Old Forester place, are they? I'm sure they're making bourbon, or are they? Do you know?
They should be making bourbon. I know they're going to do like a distillery tours and they're going to have a
Okay.
welcome center. So I'm feeling like it could be like
It's
the
a
Evan
full-on
Williams.
distillery.
Right.
Yeah, fairly high volume, not a barrel a day.
I'm not sure exactly what their game plan is over there yet. They
Yeah.
haven't really been able to start building thanks to the fire that we had this past summer.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But thankful that that was kind of gutted out to where the fire couldn't jump over and disturb any businesses really over here. That was on a Monday, and we were open for business Tuesday night.
Were you?
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I have really great video of that fire, by the way. I was driving right down the road.
Yeah,
So I
there's
lived down here.
a lot of great video online if you want to check it
Yeah.
out. Look up Whiskey Row fire.
Yeah.
And it was a fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
a
no
tree
joke.
alarm. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, you can still see everything's braced up over there and
Yeah.
see a lot of the damage still. It was pretty crazy. It was a crazy day.
It was. But they saved the facades, and those are still up. It's going to be beautiful when it's done.
Yes, I was really scared. I mean, all the bourbon and all the alcohol we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Just can imagine if they would have jumped over. It's between us and our neighbor next door. They're also on the Urban Bourbon Trail, O'Shea's.
Right.
Okay.
Just if any of that fire would have hit any of that liquor, oh my word. We have some cases of stuff that there is no longer made. To even think that we could lose that.
Wow.
Kinda
So
scary. It was
do
scary.
you serve that, or is that?
We do have quite a few amounts of the ancient age 10 year.
That's something I've never had. I might have to
Really?
try that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some of that. We have a couple of the old, going back to Heaven Hill, actually, the Parker's Heritage line. We can go back to 2013. This summer we did have the 2012, but somebody might have finished off that bottle.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Everybody looks for those bottles. I think those are also mainly only available at the visitor center, or you can find them there.
Right.
They also have like the really old Elijah Craigs there, the 23 or 24 year.
Delicious stuff.
Yeah.
We have 23, 21, and 18 right now.
Okay.
In stock.
Nice.
But speaking of Old Forester, we might have something special when they do open up a couple of the old birthdays hidden away for when you guys go on the tour and kind of looking for some old birthdays. We might be able to go back to maybe 2012 with a secret. We never know.
Now, do you guys
insider secret right there?
Yeah.
Do you guys go to any of the distilleries and pick your own barrel? Do you guys do the Doc Crows?
We sure do. Once in a while, they let us out and get to go pick a barrel. And we did it as a group. This time last year, we went out to Buffalo Trace and we were able to pick out the Weller Antique.
Fantastic.
And we only have 2 bottles left. It took about a year to go through our barrel, but hopefully soon. I know we went and picked 3 barrels of the Evan Williams single barrel.
Okay.
So we have 3 different ones of those. We have at least 4 different Elijah Craig 12 years that we have. We have the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. We have one of those as well. 4 Roses, their single barrel. I believe ours is barrel strength as well.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What would you, let's say a lady were to walk in here never having bourbon before and would like to try it in a cocktail, what would you recommend personally?
Well, I always ask them, how are you feeling? Are you feeling sweet, tart?
Can we do some role playing here real quick?
Yeah.
And I'll be the lady. Well, I'm feeling kind of fruity, but not too sweet, not offensive. It's kind of light, airy.
I mean, we can always go through the Fifth Floor Gold Mine or the Burbini or the two bourbon cocktails that we top off with.
Ooh, that sounds good.
With sparkly. It's always a good one. If they're feeling a little bitter, we do have a twist on a Manhattan that actually has Chinar, which is artichoke liqueur. It has Luxardo maraschino, so you have a little bit of your sweetener. And then we put a little bit of celery bitters in there. And
Yum.
it sounds a little odd, but it does go to well. So it just all depends on how you're feeling.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Don't mind my lady friend over here, but I'm kind of feeling like a man's drink. I want something that's,
Oh, you're such a man.
I prefer something that's got a little bite to it, a little oaky. I like oaky bourbon.
You sound like you want something straight.
Yeah, but I kind of got a girly side too, so I'm looking at a real oaky cocktail, something very hearty.
Well, we make our perfect old-fashioned, perfect.
Okay.
If you're feeling, we have this one that I love to sell, and it's called the Man on Fire.
Ooh, that sounds manly.
Yeah, I mean,
such a
man on
man.
fire on there. Has a little bit of habanero at the end.
Oh.
It's not overly spicy, but you get that little...
Perfect.
Where's that
Now,
coming from?
what was that called again?
The Man on Fire.
Oh, nice.
Oh, lordy.
It has bonded the Evan Williams white label in there.
Do you infuse the bourbon with the jalapenos, or is it
No.
muddled?
It's actually, we use habanero bitters.
Or habanero, sorry.
We try to stick away from muddling, but we can muddle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, we're going to take a break right now and try some cocktails, and we'll be right back after these messages. Hey, folks, are you tired of always having a dirty car? Yeah, I thought so. Well, not anymore. Thanks to a brand new state-of-the-art product called Really Shiny. Really Shiny guarantees your car is never not really shiny again. All you do is apply, then fly. No haste, no waste. No muss, no fuss. No hassle, no frazzle. Put a chicken in the oven, out comes a turkey. But don't take it from us. Listen to this actual testimonial by an actual customer. Wow, my car is really shiny. That's right, folks. And yours could be too. Just call the number at the bottom of your screen. And for just 5 easy payments of $19.99, you can have Really Shiny. If you call within the next 3 minutes, we'll throw in another bottle and knock off one of those pesky payments. Act now. Hey now, welcome back to Revue de Bourbon. Once again, we are live downtown on the Urban Bourbon Trail in Louisville, Kentucky at Doc Crow's. Probably one of the best places you could come to find bourbon if you're looking for it. They have hundreds. You just say hundreds of bourbons and whiskeys. If they don't have it here, good luck finding it.
You don't want it.
We got a couple cocktails here. We decided to go with the two Heaven Hill selections. It's the Bourbini and the Ginger Diver. Keri, you want to tell us a little bit about these cocktails?
Well, the Bourbini is one of our used to be one of our old popular cocktails. Mm-hmm. It was on the Urban Bourbon Trail book, and it's light, it's refreshing. We start with a little bit of that Heaven Hill Green Label bourbon, which is only 90 proof. We add a little bit of peach liqueur, some peach bitters, and top it off with some sparkling wine. We shake it. It's served up in a flute, light, refreshing,
yes.
Garnished with a slapped mint, and could be a little dangerous.
Yeah, I love it.
I could have this on a Sunday morning, just kind of casually recovering from the night before, and then you get that just a little hint of the bourbon. It's not overpowering, what makes it just a little bit dangerous. And instead of just drinking champagne.
Yeah, it's a lot better than champagne.
Oh,
it really
100%.
is.
So then the Ginger Diver, we use the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, the white label. Shake it up with some pineapple juice and some Swedish punch. And we shake that up, throw it in a glass, and top it off with some good old ginger ale.
This is more my kind of style. A lot of people, we get a lot of hate mail at Revue de Bourbon about, oh, you guys like cocktails, why aren't you more of a purist? Well, you know what? You get to taste bourbon in different ways, and I think other ingredients kind of bring out different flavors in bourbon. You gotta try different things with your palate. So I like this one because it incorporates. Was there pineapple juice in this?
Yeah, there's pineapple and ginger ale.
It's a really good combo. And it's also handy to know if somebody comes over your house, if you keep these two things on hand, some ginger beer or ginger ale and pineapple, you can just
whip up a cocktail.
Whip up a really great cocktail.
Right.
Essentially.
And it's easy. It's not many ingredients. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be like a whiz behind the bar, but you can make yourself look like a whiz behind the bar.
Like we said, a whole list of ingredients and a process, it gets out of hand.
That's
really
where that
quickly.
magic comes in.
Yeah.
Right.
That cocktail magic.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in terms of cocktails these days? Can you let us into your mind?
Oh, my word. Yeah, I've been playing with some blackberries. I know that people have been doing that in the past, and I feel like it's gone to the wayside. Mm-hmm. So it'll be kind of cool to bring something with blackberry, maybe some lavender, maybe some lemon juice. Definitely bourbon and lots of it. Mm-hmm. Not so much like lots of berries in there, but just hints.
If you want to see a picture of these cocktails, you can follow us on social media. We'll post it to Facebook and Instagram. Everything is under Revue de Bourbon, so please follow us under any of that. If you want to email us, it's revuedebourbon@gmail.com. No hate mail, though. None of your cocktail hate
Only
mail.
love mail.
That's right.
And here's a special thing, too. Just because they're not on our current menu, we can always make them for you. We have this stuff here in-house, so be like, I want something off the menu, and I've heard about such and such cocktail. We can probably make it for you.
Yeah, you guys handle that really well.
We try.
Everybody knows what they're doing. It's something that I've said at other bars that we've been to on the Urban Bourbon Trail. You're going to get someone experienced behind the bar, and you can talk with them and ask questions, and that's part of the journey of bourbon. It's fun to talk about it. You ask about Tito's vodka, that story ends in about 10 seconds.
Right.
There's nowhere to go there.
Right.
Yeah, it's decent, and it tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. Let's talk about some bourbon.
Yeah.
Now we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of history there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything coming up in the next little bit that we can plug? Derby season's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing for Derby around these parts?
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah, the hot cocktail, of course, is the mint julep. What do you guys do in terms of mint julep?
We do have a twist on it that's our own. It's called the mint julep lemonade. So it has your bourbon. It has fresh lemon juice. So it gives it a little bit more of a tart flavor. It's not served over crushed ice, and there's some obviously mint going on and sugar. I prefer to serve that. I like that one.
That
I feel
sounds
it's
better
a little bit
to
more
me.
drinkable than just mint and sugar. And
Yeah, you got to kind of like mint to like the mint julep, but you have to try it if you come to Kentucky. So.
Yeah.
I've played around. We have one on the menu right now. It's called the Near Eastern Julep, and instead of using mint, we use basil. And
Oh, wow.
we make a ginger syrup as well. So it has ginger syrup, the basil. There's a herbal liqueur, and of course bourbon.
That sounds
that's served
good.
over crushed
Delicious.
ice. That's a good one.
Yep. I already know that's good. We've done a Derby episode, I believe, and we've covered the mint julep. Ironically enough, the worst place to get a mint julep is Churchill Downs.
It is.
Absolutely.
Where the Kentucky Derby takes place.
I think they started to use the pre-mix.
They don't even
now.
use bourbon. They use early times whiskey.
Well,
pre-mixed.
it's right. Yes, early times mint julep mix.
It's bad on top of bad.
Right. Yeah.
So
I know
That's
this
kind
is-
of ironic, isn't it?
it's very.
But you can
strange.
also get the $1,000 mint julep there.
made with Woodford.
It looks delicious. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
Christopher Morris
The
pouring that, and I'm like,
$1,000 one?
I want
Oh
it.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's got to be good.
It has to be
Yeah.
good.
It's not made with early times, which is what everyone is getting. It costs about $18. And it's pre-mixed.
Hey, you get a Derby glass though.
Yeah,
That-
it's worth the glass.
Oh, the glass is like $1, so.
Or you can go to Goodwill around here and find all the glasses.
Yeah, true.
Or Kroger's.
Yeah,
I might have
yeah,
been
they
able
sell
to
them.
get
They
them
do
there.
put
I don't
them
know. My
out.
drink of choice when I go out there for Oaks or Derby, I have to admit, is the Lily.
It's like
I think
fruit
they
juices.
actually make that one.
Yeah.
I think they have to.
There's a real berry in there, so I know that's a good
That's
cosmetic.
Right.
right. There
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Much better looking. It's cool glass. It's like the stemless wine glass.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Don't,
useful.
don't judge me that I like a vodka drink.
Oh no, not at all. No, I'll tell you what. I'll probably edit this out, but I like a good dirty martini.
No, me too. That's a Keeneland.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's a guilty pleasure. I watch Housewives too. All right, Real Housewives. So just get over it.
And The Bachelor.
I have a lot of guilty pleasures. It turns out. And I like Madonna.
Oh, wow. Turns
Wow,
out all
this
of
totally
these.
took a different
all
direction.
yeah, sharp left.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
No problem.
Once again, this is Doc Crow's center of downtown on Main Street, right across from the big Yum Center where Louisville basketball plays. If you're downtown, this is the spot to come to, and the food's fantastic if you're into barbecue and stuff like that.
Yeah, say hi to Keri, too.
I'm always
Yeah.
here.
If you guys come here, by the way, let us know and send us some pics and tell us what you think. We're always wanting to know what you guys think. Please reach out to us at revuedebourbon.com. Of course, you can leave us a donation, and 100% of that money will go to bourbon. Thanks again, Keri. This has
Hey, no
been
problem.
really enlightening, and it's always nice to talk to somebody that's right on the front lines of the bourbon battle. It's the fastest growing spirit by far right now. It's taking everything by storm.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to know about it, and we're on the inside track right here telling you about it. So on behalf of myself, Dusty Pockets,
Hot Rod here.
and
Keri Smith.
yeah, thanks for joining us on Revue de Bourbon, and we'll see you next time.
There's a big mound of bacon in the window right here.
Oh, wow.
And people are like, oh my goodness.
We get a lot of hate mail at Revue de Bourbon.
Oh my word.